Hi guys, welcome back to Furniture Flipping Rush. And if you're new here, thanks for tuning in. I am Chantel and I flip furniture for a profit. For this week's flip, I'm going to see if I can sell this single bedside table that I got off a Facebook market for 200 Rand, $13. Because single nightstands are known not to sell well on their own, I'm going to stick to a neutral color because neutral colors are known to sell faster. Let's get flipping. This nightstand has seen better days. The paint is cracked and is chipping off. And the bottom shelf has a split in it. A corner has been knocked off and it's very dirty. With dishwashing liquid and warm water, I give it a much needed clean. And I use my old toothbrush to get into the details. Then I do it all over again with clean water to make sure all the soap is off. I've decided to use a paint stripper on the surfaces with the most damage. The paint was thick. Retrospect, I could have applied the stripper a bit thicker. And of course, I forgot to readjust the camera. Oh well, at least you can see some action. Here I use steel wool dipped in stripper to remove the rest of the paint and wipe it down with warm soapy water. I'm not trying to get it 100% clean, as I will be repainting it. I just needed to get rid of all the cracked paint first. A small amount of the trim broke off. I'll keep it and I'll attach it later. I'm fixing the split using a skewer stick, helping the glue go in. Count the number of times I'm using a skewer stick in this video. And like Angie from Transcend Furniture Gallery always say, if the glue drips out when you clamp it, you know you did it right. To even out the rest of the chips, I sand them down to ensure my end result will be more even. I used the wood filler to mold a new corner. If it was a bigger ding, I would have used a wood epoxy to create a new corner. I left it to dry while I smoothed down the surfaces I stripped using a fine foam sanding block. And filled in the damaged drawer hole with wood filler. Because I'm not going to use new hardware, I made it easy for myself and used my trusted skewer stick to reserve the hole. Normally you don't need to prime when you use chalk paint. I'm just on the cautious side. I want to ensure my finish looks the same everywhere, so I only applied one light coat of primer. The top surface had some grooves on it, so I filled it in with wood filler. And then I moved on to shaping the dried wood filler on the corner with a fine sanding block. And made sure that the top surface is also nice and smooth. I sanded down the glue that dried outside of the split. And prepared the surface to reattach the small piece of trim by sanding off the old glue and removing the dust. And of course the skewer stick had to be in the scene again. When the glue on the trim dried, I fixed the ding on it with wood filler and reshaped it when it was ready. The next part is the most important part of the video. Please focus. That skewer stick is everywhere. This video should have been sponsored by a skewer stick company. Just putting it out there, if you have any connections. I did one coat of primer on the drawers as well. I used Sloan chalk paint in the color Old White. I dipped my brush into water to help me to get a smoother application. I completed 2 layers of Old White in total. I also like to use a fine sanding block to smooth the chalk paint a bit more when it is all dry. I tried out Harlequins clear wax to seal the legs, bottom shelf and the body. It's more liquidy than the Sloan wax when you apply it, but it works just as well. It's a local South African product. I use their sealers a lot. For the top surfaces, I want to use a water-based top coat because it is a higher trafficked area and I need more than a wax to seal it. Little did I know what was waiting for me. Guys, this is a very sad moment for me. I came back to apply my second coat of top coat of chalk paint lacquer. To my shock and horror, it turned yellow. This is something you need to watch out for when you use white or light paint. I've used this chalk paint lacquer on my previous project and it was fine. It's because I didn't use white paint. So now I'm going to have to sand the top coat off, repaint, and then use a top coat that actually says non-yellowing on it. I know I won't buy a piece of furniture that's yellow and it's supposed to be white. I cannot expect my client to either. So remember, when you buy a top coat, to look out for this. If it doesn't say non-yellowing on the label, it probably will yellow your light or white paint. Sorry about that bad light. I hope you can see the yellowing, especially at the back where I applied it a bit thicker. applying another coat of old white before I apply the non-yellowing top coat. To save money on this project, I reuse the handle, plus it is cute. I done a brass magnet test to see if I can go ahead and scrub it. I boiled it in vinegar for 5 minutes and scrubbed it with a fine steel wool and steel brush to get into the crevices. If this was not brass and only steel coated, you will damage the handle if you did this. Now, to ensure the nightstand attracts an eager buyer, I beautify the drawer with this stunning gift wrap. I use my cardboard hack, using cardboard cut to the size of the drawer and applying the decoupage glue, sticking down the thin paper in sections, and using a round cardboard tube and a soft cloth to assist in pressing out any bubbles. I don't like the look of the glue left on the side of the drawer after the glue application, so I tape the sides of the drawer to prevent this. After I put back the handle, I realized I need more gold. I wanted to use Annie Sloan's gilding wax, but my supply was out of stock, so Chantal made a plan. And just as you thought, you had enough of the skewer stick. Let's have a look at where we started before the revealing rush. Thanks for staying to the end. If you got any value out of this video, please hit the like button. I listed the nightstand on Facebook Marketplace for R1,500, $94. Tune in to my next video to see if I sold it. And remember to always keep it flipping good. See you next time. Bye. I can sell. Okay. Oxygen. Breathe. So now I'm going to have to sand the top coat off, repaint it, and so now I'm going to have to sand the top coat off. So now I'm going to have to sand the top coat off. I know I won't buy I know I won't buy a piece of furniture that's yellow. I know I won't buy a piece of furniture that's yellow. I know I won't buy a piece of furniture that's yellow and it's supposed to be white. I cannot expect my client to either. I know I won't buy a top coat if it doesn't say non-labeling. So remember to watch out. Oh God. So I've got a fly in this room. How do I get it out now? Is my face in? Is the light okay? That's the other thing I must check for. So remember when you buy a top coat to look out for this. If it doesn't say non-yellowing on the label anyway, it probably will make your paint white. Oh my gosh. Okay. So remember when you buy a top coat.